of their campaign were unsuccessful. They said they destroyed the nuclear sites, but all they were able to accomplish was some reparable damage. They used negotiations as a trap and now look untrustworthy and war-hungry. They made boastful claims about regime change, but the people of Iran united against foreign intervention and peace by bombs and imperialist control. And so it is our duty as people of consciousness to oppose the wars of aggression the ruling class tries to force on us. The people of the region are waking up to their power and rising up against empire. We must echo their voice here in its heart. Just as the Arabs in North Africa took off to Gaza to break Israel's siege, we must continue to show up at the doors of our government and make our demands clear. Just as the people of Iran took to the streets to oppose the war and foreign interference, we must continue to push our governments to stop sending weapons to Israel and to use our tax dollars to fund the needs of the people here. Over the past 2 years, we've been able to drive cracks into what people thought was an impenetrable iron wall. We should take pride in our successes, but our work is not over. Now more than ever, it is important to get and to stay organized. We've heard from several organizations building power here today. Find out how you can get involved, because the wider our base and the more organized we are, the more effectively we can push for our demands. The more costly it becomes for the governments we elect to represent. The more costly it becomes for the governments we elect to represent us to act against our will. So no more U.S. attacks!
No more U.S. attacks!
Iran, we've got your back!
Iran, we got your back!
No more U.S. attacks!
No more U.S. attacks!
Iran, we've got your back!
Iran, we got your back!
1, 2, 3, 4!
1, 2, 3, 4!
We reject your racist war!
We reject your racist war!
5, 6, 7, 8!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Iran is a sovereign state!
Iran is a sovereign state!
1, 2, 3, 4!
1, 2, 3, 4!
We reject your racist war!
We reject your racist war!
5, 6, 7, 8!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Iran is a sovereign state!
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 No more U.S. attacks!
No more U.S. attacks!
Iran, we've got your back!
Iran, we got your back!
No more U.S. attacks!
No more U.S. attacks!
Iran, we've got your back!
Iran, we got your back!
1, 2, 3, 4!
1, 2, 3, 4!
We don't want your racist war!
We don't want your racist war!
5, 6, 7, 8!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Iran is a sovereign state!
Iran is a sovereign state!
Everyone, I want you to put your hands together and make some noise. My friend Nick from the PSL.
My name is actually Mohsen. I am from the DC branch of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I'm an Iranian American that was born in St. Louis and grew up in the area. How many of you here have been to a rally this week? Raise your hands. All right. And how many of you are new? Raise your hands. All right. A few years ago, when I was talking to my dad about politics, and especially Iran, I remember I looked at him and I said, they hate us. I need you to understand that. And it's not just the US government, it's the people too. And today, I think that belief has been proven wrong. 80% of the people in this country are against a war with Iran. We are the vast majority. And we need to exercise our power to tell our ruling class that we will not tolerate another war that only stands to benefit weapons manufacturers, oil interests, and the billionaire class. This is a day that I hoped would never come, but I have also anticipated from my childhood. Shame! Shame! And I don't know about you, but I have been using my voice until it is raw and failing me. And I will continue to rally and to march until my legs give out beneath me. In the speeches I have been giving, I have been stressing that we need our militant clarity. And for the Americans in the audience, that means we need to know that if we fail to demand and effectuate the end of direct American strikes on Iran, we are liable to get dragged into another endless war. Do you want to continue to spend trillions send your sons and your daughters to die in foreign lands? Why is this a better use of our tax dollars than funding our schools, than housing our homeless, than providing health care to all of our citizens that will not leave them destitute? We are on the precipice of major escalations. Iran is not like other wars that were fought before. They have a highly advanced missile program that can easily and devastatingly strike American assets in the region. They have the ability to close the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil transits. We have already seen record increases in grocery prices in the last 5 years. They increased more than in the 40 years prior. Shame! How many families will be plunged into poverty if the price of gas doubles, if it triples? What will happen if they not only close the Straits of Hormuz, but the Yemenis blockade the Red Sea to all shipping, or the oil infrastructure of the Gulf monarchies is bombed? This situation has the potential to spiral out of control in ways that we cannot predict and do not want to happen. Not to mention that if we, the people, cannot stop this war now, when it is so deeply unpopular, how can we stop a future war with a country like China? For the Iranians and Iranian Americans in this audience, we need additional clarity in another way. We have lessons that we can learn from our Palestinian comrades in Gaza. Factions with vastly different political ideologies have united around resistance to Zionism. We, in this moment, need to unite against U.S. imperialism that bombs our families. Shame! That forces them underground and out of their homes to survive. Shame! That destroys a country that we love and we come from. Even in this crowd, we likely have people who support the Iranian government. We probably have monarchists, liberals, and obviously I am a socialist. American aggression against Iran only closes political space in the country. The sanctions only serve to starve our children, deprive our sick of life-saving medications, and impede Iran's development. Their bombs only spread death, not liberation. Shutting down the banks does not liberate our women. It only prevents them from buying what they need to survive. Bombing the infrastructure only hurts working class Iranians. It does not save us. Iranians are more than capable of determining their destiny and creating the system that they desire. To enable Iranians to exercise that self-determination, it is our job to oppose American intervention, to oppose Zionism. To oppose the global imperialist system that commits genocide in Gaza, that starves Cuba and Venezuela, that fractures societies in Iraq, in Libya, in Syria, and is now bombing Iran and trying to balkanize the country. We must remain united in this opposition and not fall prey to infighting. Just as Iranians must not allow their society to fracture so they can fight for a better future. G.I. Joe, go back home. G.I. Joe, go back home. The Middle East is ours alone. G.I. Joe, go back home. G.I. Joe, go back home. The Middle East is ours alone. G.I. Joe, go back home. G.I. Joe, go back home. The Middle East is ours alone. The Middle East is ours alone. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution. All right, on this next one, we're going to get louder progressively. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Iran's a lion, you're a mouse. We will drive imperialists out. Thank you from the PSL for everyone who came today. You have bolstered our spirits immensely.
Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! We don't want your racist war! We don't want your racist war! 5, 6, 7, 8! 5, 6, 7, 8! Iran is a sovereign state! 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 DC, I want you to join me in welcoming up to the stage our community member Mohammed.
Hi everyone. Not a chanting guy like these great guys who did it, but I give you a bit of history and hopefully some information because you guys are pretty much there. We don't need to convince you that this is not right and has to change. But we need to be armed with more information. So I'll give you a couple of pieces of information. The state, the entity we call Zionist entity, has $200 billion in world banks that they can do commerce with every day. They were one of the most advanced countries, entities in the region. Yet, we're expected to subsidize their free healthcare, their free education, and of course, they take the houses of whoever lives there, so they get free housing. Now this just gives you a sense of where we are in this world. Those who own the banking system, those who own the money supply, the Western countries, these are the ones that are dictating what has to happen. Iran has $100 billion frozen in global banking system. They can't do anything with it. And it's under the most severe sanctions. And under these conditions, Iran is supposed to pay us with blood and sweat while we pay the Zionist Nazi entity money so they can get all these benefits that none of us can enjoy. So let's put it in perspective. We are not a milking cow for these pariah entities or states like Egypt. I hate to say this, but that country is blatantly playing on behalf of the Zionist state and the money class in this country. So, as we talk to friends, and I just was talking to our water guys here, and it's educational. Talking to people is educational. I learned that these guys are here suffering under the heat just to make a living and go feed their children. And then we are here and they are struggling, right? How is it that now I can't make money? Now we can see we are actually all in it together. These guys are suffering because of the same group that's destroying the Middle East, that destroys the rest of the world. So, a little bit of talking with our friends, a little bit of sympathizing, empathizing, I think we can see we're all in it. And then I talked to that's not much of a talk, to a veteran of sorts. And of course, this guy is angry because he was almost hurt in the water. And then he asked me, where the heck were you? I was in Saudi Arabia. I said, what the hell were you doing in Saudi Arabia? Miles and miles when you blame Iran and everybody else because you got hurt when you were stationed in a foreign country thousands of miles away? That does not make sense. These are not our wars. These are their wars. And they want us to do the fighting. So it's time to just, and let me finish with just bring the perspective of where we are today. I've been around long enough to know there is a down and there's an up. There was a down for decades, and we felt it. Now we are on the up. Things are changing. People are waking up. Global leaders, hundreds and thousands of people who are coming up and demonstrating for Palestine. I don't think you can, young people especially, and you guys are mostly very young, you may not remember when we, decades ago, were talking about, well, Palestine must exist, and they just took more, and they expanded settlements, and they kept killing. Now it's changing. The world knows that entity, the Zionist entity that the guy behind me is so viciously defending, is against us all. So what can we do? With patience, perseverance, organizing, we can change it now. And this is a historic moment for us to make the change. Don't look at just the numbers. Look at the passion. Look at the people who behind me who say, well, I can't trust these guys. They voted for this guy or that guy. These two parties basically screwed me over and over and over again. Now everybody knows. So when you think about the system today, you got to ask yourself, am I going to have my kids grow up in a place where profit is king, dollar is the master, and my son has to work or daughter has to work his butt off just to make a living and suffer from anxiety, from schizophrenia, from 1,000 other problems that they don't deserve? So, free Palestine, hands off Middle East, hands off the goddamn world.
Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Gaza! 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 DC, make some noise. I want you to put your hands together for my good friend Rob Chang from Veterans About Face. Where's Rob?
Hey everyone, my name is Rob. I'm a former U.S. Army paratrooper and a member of Veterans of About Face, Veterans Against the War. Now we've heard a lot of stories and a lot of sharp analysis about why this war is a disaster, why we need to stop it. But right now, if I had a chance, I want to talk to anyone who might still be in the service, maybe anyone who is a veteran who wants to speak out and hasn't had a chance to say anything. You gotta get organized too! Veterans About Face is working diligently to talk to people on military bases right now to reignite the anti-imperialist, anti-war movement among the ranks! They cannot wage these never-ending wars if no one shows up to morning formation. I know you may have joined for myriad reasons. Maybe you couldn't afford to go to school. Maybe you needed a job. Hell, maybe you even were patriotic at one point. Maybe you thought it was the right thing to do. I know I was in the same boat as you before. But now's the time. There's so much going on. Do you want to go to Iran? Do you want to deploy to the streets of LA? Do you want to patrol the southern border with Mexico? Every outcome that will happen to you staying in the military is a bad outcome. Which of these wars, which of these deployments actually helps the working class in this country? Your commanders will lie to you. They will scare you into not speaking out. They're gonna make you feel like, oh, there's this rule, there's that rule, there's this like regulation, number, letter, dash, whatever, that says that you can't speak out. That's bullshit! If this resonates with you, you have to connect with groups like About Face Veterans Against the War. We have a comrade from Veterans for Peace. Any one of these people can help you learn your rights and know what your responsibility is to be organizing the people in your platoon. We we know that from talking to people at different bases that popular sentiment among lower enlisted is against what's happening in Gaza. It's against a new war on Iran. It's against sending troops to police the streets of LA. If this resonates with you, I could give it to you later, but I need you to look up the GI Rights Hotline. I say again, it's called the GI Rights Hotline. We have lawyers and legal professionals who will counsel you on how you can resist and how you can speak your mind, even while in uniform. The phone number is 877-447-4487. I could give this to you later, but it's important. It's really important right in this second that if you get orders to go to Iran, if you get orders to go boots on the ground in Gaza, if you get orders to deploy to LA, we have to learn from the people who came before us, who resisted the Vietnam War, when they said, hell no, we won't go! 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 Hell no! Thank you.
One, two, three, four. We don't want your racist war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Iran is a sovereign state. Iran is a sovereign state. Iran is a sovereign state. Money for jobs and education. Not more pointless U.S. invasion. Money for jobs and education. Not for wars and occupation. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. One more time, loud so those chokers in that building can hear you. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. Hands off Iran. Make some noise. I want to remind you all why we're out here today. And I want to remind you all that we're making our voices heard. And we're making sure that we're nice and loud so that everyone can hear us, especially those jokers occupying that building right there currently. We're here today to say that the people of the United States do not want war with Iran. We're saying that the people are out here and in the streets, and we're saying no to more endless and pointless forever wars. That's why we're going to be out here in the streets today, and the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, and as long as it takes until the last imperialist war is finally done, and we are going to be finished with all of this pointless bloodshed. People of D.C., in the coming days and weeks, we are going to be taken to the streets. As a matter of fact, 6 days from now, that's next Saturday, June 28th, we are going to be answering the call. We are going to be coming out into the streets and joining concerned people and people of conscience from all over this country in answering the call for the National March on Washington against the war on Iran, right here in Washington, D.C. We are going to be joining people from across the country and around the world who say, no war on Iran! No war on Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! National March on Washington, June 28th. Until then, I'll see you in the streets.
inescapable. Everybody in every institution is going to themselves. What do I do in relationship to that? What's right and what's wrong? Maybe you're in the military, maybe you're in the police forces, and you went and you suppressed a protest, and maybe you think to yourself, boy, what the fuck did I do? I can't even tell my family what I did. It was so wrong. You know, we need to have all those ways in which this society is split into in every single institution. We need that to come to bear to the point where they themselves say, this is untenable. They can't consolidate their regime, and they can't even run society anymore. That's the kind of disruption we need to have. And if we do that, then we can fight for the possibility of a better future that most people don't want to, that want to see. One that is fair. One that doesn't discriminate. We may have really different ideas of what that means, but until this regime goes down from power, we have got no hope whatsoever of any kind of future that's good for humanity. So I entreat everybody, if you're in an organization, partner with Refuse Fascism. If you're not, join Refuse Fascism. And let's get out here and make all the things that we're doing go in the direction of mobilizing a people that refuses to get out of the streets, refuses to demobilize until after the Trump regime is out. So I want to raise to all of you a pledge that we have. Our demand is the Trump regime must go now. But our pledge is this. The pledge is this. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. So I want to say that and repeat after me. In the name of humanity.
In the name of humanity.
We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept
A fascist America.
a fascist America.
Again, in the name of humanity.
In the name of humanity.
We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept
Fascist America.
a fascist America.
Trump must go when?
Now!
Trump must go when?
Now!
In 2026?
No!
In 2028?
No!
Trump must go now if humanity is going to have a future. Everybody out here, take pictures of our QR codes. Get our flyers. Get those flyers out to other people. Figure out how you want to relate to making it July 1st to the 4th. The 4th is going to be the biggest goddamn chant heard around the world, and we mean that.
Trump.
And of course, Trump must go now.
Okay, folks. I'm going to do a chant. Stop bombing Iran. Stop bombing Iran. Trump must go now. Trump must go now. Stop bombing Iran. Stop bombing Iran. Trump must go now. Trump must go now. In the name of humanity. In the name of humanity. We refuse to accept. We refuse to accept a fascist America. A fascist America. Folks, please get one of our flyers. We are going to be in the streets from July 1st to July 4th. We're going to fill the streets. We were in the streets on June 17th when everybody was telling us, don't go to D.C. We went to D.C. Yeah. Okay? We went to D.C. and we marched to the White House. And it was violence-free. We are a peaceful protest. My name is Ralph. I'm a 20-year veteran. I also spent 15 years in the federal government. What we are doing in Iran today is wrong. Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
In the name of humanity,
In the name of humanity,
we refuse to accept
we refuse to accept
a fascist America.
a fascist America.
Folks, we need to take our heads out of the sand. There's no time for that anymore. We need to be out on the streets anytime, anywhere we see a protest. We are bigger in numbers. Please continue to protest. Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Look, it's getting out, folks. I'm in social media. It is getting out. People are hearing Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
We don't have time for midterms. We don't have time for another election. He's bombing Iran. He's picking people up off the streets tonight. This has to stop. Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Stop the bombing in Iran.
Stop the bombing in Iran.
Whoever's going to be next.
Us is Trump is sending his son to war as well.
Do what?
He's trying to send his son.
Oh. Yeah, another thing, folks, is we bombed Iran last night. Literally bombed. What price is America going to pay for bombing Iran? Is it going to be military bases in the region? You know there is 10 million, I think, if somebody's from Iran, they can correct me, but I think there's approximately 10 million people in Tehran. 90 million. The Republican got it wrong. 90 million people. And we are moving them out of their houses into the streets. So we need to move out of our houses and into the streets. Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
He's not making America great again. He's destroying America.
Yeah.
So every time you see "Make America Great Again," just laugh, because that's what I do. Because I know he's not making America great again.
He means make America fake again.
Quit bombing Iran.
Stop bombing Iran.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
In the name of humanity,
In the name of humanity,
we refuse to accept
we refuse to accept
a fascist America.
a fascist America.
Thank you. I'm going to take a brief break. Yeah.
Hello everyone. No, this is about Iran and how the U.S. has been bombing Iraq, and that's why everybody's here. But I also